Hi friends, this is Manish Pandey. Welcome back to another video in our UiPath Data Service series. In our last video, you learned how to use update multiple entity record activity in UiPath Data Service. In this video, we are going to learn how to use download file from record field activity in UiPath Data Service. So you will learn how to download file from the record fields. And this activity is extremely useful for scenarios where you want to retrieve and download files stored in the specific fields within your data service records, like vendor agreements, payslips, invoices, or any other document types you manage in your automations. So let's get started. So before using download file from record field activity, first you need to make sure that you have the specific field with the file type, and then you have a file uploaded to that specific record in the entity. Okay, so we are on the UiPath data service page. So I have this vendor master entity. Click on the data. Now just make sure that you have this any field with the type field file. So I have this vendor documents and I have already uploaded three PDF, two PDF file, one Excel file. Go to fields. Now make sure you have one record, one field with the type file. Now once you have created a field, you have added the records and you have uploaded an attachment to this field type, that record or that field, then you are ready to use that activity. So let's move to UiPath Studio so that I can show you how to download the file for the specific record ID. So we are going to use this download file from record field, which is a part of UiPath.dataservice.activities package. We will select entity that we have imported here. If you don't know how to create a record, how to create an entity, how to create a field with the file type, how to upload the file, any attachment to the data service, then I will suggest you to first go through my previous videos. Now we will select here which we have imported. Now we have two more options which is required: record ID and the fields. So whatever fields is selected is set as a file type that will be showing in this field. And you can see here from the drop down, if you have multiple fields with the type file, then you will see multiple field here. Let's select here. So I have only vendor documents. You can see here we have only this vendor documents with the type file. Okay, the next one we need record ID. So this record ID will be useful here to download the attachment, that file for the specific ID from the UiPath data service. Okay, so how can we retrieve, how can we get the record ID? You will learn after this. So we need query entity records so that we can filter out the specific record and then we can get the record ID. So let's say I want to download the file for this vendor element traders. So I will take here a query and then I will say the vendor name is this or vendor ID is this, and then I need to download that. So based on this filter we can get this record ID and then we can download that. We will select here entity and then from the query we'll click on that. We have multiple options. You can choose it from here. If you don't know how to use this, you can go through the previous videos. So we will go with the vendor V006, this ID, and then we'll download that vendor documents for this specific vendor. Click save. Now we'll store this data, the records which we'll get from the data service, we'll store here in this collection of vendor master, this one. Now either you can loop through, you can use for each and then get one by one records and you can download. So if you want to download multiple, you can download from here. Now we need to pass the record ID. So I want the first record ID. So here I have only one data coming. So what I can do, I can take here one assign activity and then here we'll write output records of 0 dot will pass ID. So for the first record, we'll be getting the ID here. We have to assign to one variable, or you can copy this and you can paste here. So I will show you both the way. First, let's create one record ID. Okay. Now we created that variable, but we are getting error. It says that cannot assign from type system.guid to system.string. It means the variable that we created, the type set as a string, but it says that it should be system.guid. So we'll change it to system.guid. So let's put only guid. Okay. Seems like there are multiple value we are getting after this guid. Let's search for system.guid. Okay. Now there is no error. Now you can type here that variable, that is record ID. And now there is no error. Second, no need to create a variable. You can directly pass this value here. One more thing. So you are going to download the file. Now you need to provide the location. Like where do you want to save that file? If you are not going to pass and it's not showing any value, any warning message, this icon, it means there is no issue, right? It can download that. So let me show you. Let's run that. So it will download file, this Excel file, because we are running for V006. Okay, so it has successfully executed. Now where is the file? Let's go to the download folder first. Okay, I do not see any file here. It means it has not downloaded. No, it has downloaded. But where? Let me go to the project. Let's open the project folder. And here is that. You can see the file has been downloaded. Now, I don't want to download the file to the project folder. I want to download to some specific folder where I want. So let's delete it. Now click on that activity, go to the properties of this activity. We are getting this option to file path. The full local path you want to download the file. So let's take one path. I will take this download. In double quotes, I will paste that path. Now, one more thing here. If there is any mistake in the file name, let's say I remove the S, then what's going to happen? It will create a file with this name, the last word, download. The file type will be only file, I think, right? It will not download that specific file. It will just create that. So make sure put that path, the file path, which is available, which exists. So let's save that and now run that. Okay, so let's check download folder. Here is that. The file has been downloaded and this is purchase order. This file has been downloaded for that specific vendor. So you learned how to download a file from the specific field from the entity records in the UiPath Data Service. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more UiPath tutorials. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.